What's up, y'all? You're listening to Husker Hype Radio. Listen and subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. And if you're looking for more fun, head on over to Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter and follow us at Husker Hype Radio.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to episode 55. Is it 55? 54?
54.
54 of the Husker Hype Radio podcast. I am Eddie Rosenthal here alongside Aaron Worsfold and Dr. E-Rock. And folks, we have a special guest today, all the way from New Zealand. He was at Kiwi for a little bit. Now he's back in America, taking a beer bong out of the Freedom Funnel. Jaden Sidwell.
Glad to be back on American soil.
Jaden, welcome to the pot. Oh, shit. Oh, they're back.
We're good. We're good. The microphone was off during that whole time, but I think we still got the audio.
Yes, you sound a lot better now, but
it
yes.
sounds better now. Okay, good.
Just took a beer bong.
We just took a beer bong out of the Freedom Funnel. It's my turn to take one now. Guys, look at this fucking beautiful thing.
Yeah, and if you want to watch, make sure you go to YouTube. Let's get our subs up. Let's funnel our folks to YouTube as well.
Shit.
Watch this. I know we upload it to Spotify too, but go over to YouTube if you're listening to Apple Music and give us a like. Eddie, I need you to do this under 5 seconds.
Oh, buddy. Give me a challenge, bro. Give me under 3, dude.
All right, Jaden, you got to count when he goes.
Okay,
hits
ready?
his lip, you count.
I'll count.
Hold on.
He's pretty quick.
Hey, bleed red, shit corn, go big red, and God bless America.
1, 2, 3, 4. That was pretty quick.
Not under 3, though. I will say not under 3.
Under 5.
Oh, yes. Under 4. I would say under 4 too.
Yeah. And that was just suds. The end was just suds. I was just kind of, trying to get everything out of it.
Yeah. Because you hate to be that guy or like,
we just did one right before the episode.
When you chug a beer and then there's a little bit of foam left and your buddy's like, oh, you didn't drink all the beer. And you're like, no, I did. Yeah. That's the foam. You can't help the foam.
It.
Well, the thing is you got to dump it over your head to make sure that you're not being a little bitch. If you got more in there and you dump it over your head, then, that's your problem. That's on you. There's not supposed to be any more beer in the beer after you shotgun the beer.
Sounds about like science to me.
It's got to be empty, boys. It's Tuesday, pod 54. Let's get right into it. What do we want to start with here first, Aaron?
Let's start with the biggest news of the week. I think that's got to be the stadium renovation updates. They're not going to go forward with the original Trevor Albert's plan. Not going to demolish the South End Zone Stadium at the end of the 2024 season. I don't really know because apparently they're shifting focus to the east and west sides of the stadium. I don't know more about that. Eli, do you know more about that?
I know that they're trying to get the higher money to be the east and west how it already is, and the south and north stadium are kind of like the buy-in. Like your first experience at the game is most likely going to be north and south. The blue collar Nebraska guys are sitting in north and south. They don't want to get rid of those tickets.
Hey, I'll be happy to sit there for the rest of my damn life. If that's like the general admission in the College World Series, you go there and that's where the real people are. That's where the fun is. That's where you're standing up on every goddamn play. And if somebody's mad at you, that's going to be on the east and the west side of the stadium.
General admission is no longer a thing at College World Series. If you didn't know that.
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
that's fucking bullshit. That's so stupid, dude. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes,
that's the place where the rowdiness is going on, where you see fireball shooters on the ground. And east and west, you might get somebody mad at you for standing up on second down when we have the ball. On the south end zone, no, that doesn't happen. You start the chant saying block that kick against Iowa, and that kick gets fucking blocked, baby. That's where the fucking magic happens, and that's where the real fans are at. That's when you make fucking memories. You don't have some fucking rich booster in your ear yelling at you because you might have had a little too many fireball shots before the game. None of that in the south end zone. None of that. And that's where I want to be. But yeah. Seat backs in the the south or the east and west side of the stadium. And I guess that's not until after the 2025 season. So there's going to be nothing going on for this season and next.
Great.
It's going to be after 2025. And I think they wanted to demolish the south end zone after this season, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude, honestly, I don't want a demolition of the south end zone whatsoever.
If they could figure out a way to accomplish all the tasks without doing it, I agree.
Well,
Because I want that 90,000 fucking attendance strong, dude.
right, dude. And we're in Dylan Raiola era, and you want to take away 20,000 seats when we're fucking on the brink of winning a national championship? We need those seats, man. we we fucking need those seats. I don't want a fucking barren wasteland when Thomas Fedoni scores a touchdown in the south end zone and he doesn't hear shit. I want him to do a fucking leap into the crowd. Like, I don't want him talking to dirt. I want the boys, the student section, fired up and ready to fucking hug my boy as he makes the game-winning touchdown against Ohio State. I don't want the demolition of the south end zone. I think it's fine.
Yeah. I think the real travesty here is no alcohol sales.
What the
Alcohol sales in Memorial Stadium have not been approved.
make it make sense? It's like, is it that they can't figure out the logistics of it? I can figure that out. Buy 3,000 kegs every game.
They figured out the logistics for the volleyball game in the stadium, so they can figure it out for football. I think they just don't want the rowdiness. They just know what red-blooded Husker fans get like when they get a couple of. They can't supply us Busch Light in the game. We'll go crazy.
But we've talked about this before, man. It's not like we fucking bring a whole damn 10-pack of Fireball shooters in our fucking waistline,
Yeah, but think about doing 10 Fireball shooters every game and drinking Busch Light the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. They'd probably also have to install the pissing units that we talked about like last season, off season, where you just have a circle in the bleach and you just whip out your penis and piss, and then it all goes like it drains on the visitor sideline. So they just smell fucking piss. Yeah. Be like, sorry, that's just how we figured it out. You guys got the piss end of the stadium, That's all we could do. No, I just don't understand how there still can't be alcohol. Like, it's inevitable. It's coming, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think it is.
Are they doing it? Are they like against Colorado? No way, Jose. Like, it's
I
get
think
too rambunctious.
Probably I would guess 2025 when they revisit it. This year's probably no. It sucks.
And who's the guy who's saying, nah, let's not make $1 million every game off of beer?
Yeah, it is interesting because I feel like if it was up to Troy Dannon, the new athletic director, it'd be approved because the first executive decision he made was allowing alcohol sales in the baseball field.
Right. Yeah. So, dude, they're losing money. It makes no fucking sense to me. Like,
it's got to be there's some old fuck.
Probably boosters.
It's some dude that's just like, no, we're not doing it.
Dude, I hate to say it, but it might be old T.O., man.
Could be.
He said, if you want alcohol, if you want the devil's water in that stadium, you better take my name off the field.
Yeah. He's like, over my dead body.
Yeah, right. And we're probably going to do it over his dead body. We probably
poured on.
After he dies, that's when alcohol sales can go into Memorial Stadium. Knock on wood, though, because we want him to live forever.
No, we want him to live forever. Yeah. So do you guys think that I heard too, a video board will be put up on the south end zone as well. So there'll be 2 fucking big ass Husker visions on the north and south.
And like, if they're going to do that, that would have to be either they're not going to renovate the south end zone, like tear it down completely. Yeah, that's what that means. Or they'll wait till after they do that.
Well, I feel like if we do anything to the south, maybe just add on like some rafters up above, where row 99 or whatever, add like 20 more rows so that it makes a whole bowl like the big house, and it kind of
I don't think
the sound a little
more.
The
issue between us and the big house is they're built down and we're built up. Like they're at a bowl. They're like in the fucking ground. We're built up.
Right. And they're also out wider, more like the Rose Bowl, where like the seats, instead of going more vertical, they're fucking going bowly like.
Yeah, back.
I mean, dude, think about Texas A&M or like Alabama or Tennessee Stadium. They're pretty fucking high up, dude. Like, you could definitely build some more seats up top.
I think that their stadiums are newer though, Because the South End Zone, I think, was made in like the 80s or the 90s. I mean, granted, that's still 20 years ago, so they
Yeah.
probably didn't forecast
Well, dude,
whatever.
what about the fucking what what side did they make that addition on? That's pretty fucking high. The east or the west side? Is that
Yeah,
west side? That's the east side.
east side, east
Yeah,
side.
east side. It doesn't have to be that high, but I'd say just maybe enclose it a little bit more, dude. And
Yeah, I think the issue is that the foundation, because the South End Zone is just some fucking bleachers built with like a few poles up in their ass, you know. The other
right.
side's built on a whole ass building.
Hey, we'll figure it out, man. We got a
Yeah, we'll
ton of
figure it out.
blue collar boys in Nebraska
Yeah.
who are willing to figure out some engineering. We'll jimmy rig it if we have to, you know. Just put a couple of
I'm excited
posts
about
in there and
the 360 and the 270 concourses around. That's nice because I hate it's always a pain in the ass trying to get from one side of the stadium to the other. That's always shitty.
right. Yeah, that is. Do you think that they'll keep the troughs? We should start a petition to keep
Petition.
the troughs.
I think it
Yeah.
makes sense.
I mean, you don't go to a Nebraska football game and not pee in a damn trough, you know?
Yeah, I think
Like,
that's something we just start. We should start the campaign now for that.
yeah, keep the troughs. Let's make shirts. Keep the troughs. That's all it's got to be. Keep the troughs.
Yep. But yeah, I feel like that's it for the stadium stuff.
No, I'm not
Oh,
done with the
one
stadium
more
stuff
thing
yet.
on that is the grandfathering of tickets. People are no longer allowed to pay for the 1940 ticket prices. It's all going to be full price. No more. My great grandfather had this price ticket, so I'm paying that same price. It's going to be the full price. So that'll be different for revenue for Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska, I guess, has like one of the oldest grandfathering systems in the country.
The
Do
only,
you
the only.
No, there's more like I know the Chiefs, they have a grandfathering system still. Like there's some people that pay fucking dirt cheap and then sell 2 games out of the year for the Chiefs and make their money back in 2 games. I mean, dude, I don't think that that's bad, you know? I think that that's kind of a cool thing. But there has to be some point in time where if you want to keep the renovations going and make the stadium better than what it is now, yeah, like fans are going to have to kind of put some more dough into what they have. Like
Well,
you
yeah,
can't
and
get
yeah,
mad.
to your point, Eddie, if you're a true Husker fan, you don't give a fuck what price you're paying because it's going to the school you love.
Right, right. And it's going to come for a good thing, you
Hell
know?
yeah.
Like we're not fucking
I wonder how is there a number out there like how many is it 10,000 tickets that are grandfather? I wonder what that I would be intrigued to know what that is.
well, how long have your parents had season tickets for, Aaron?
97? No, like I don't even know. 90s,
So they've
94?
probably been paying the same fee the whole time. Do you know
No,
that?
theirs has been going up, but I don't know if it's like an agreed upon rate or what that is, but I know it has gone up over the years.
Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I think that it's fair that you do raise the prices. Like that's just it's 2025. It's not 1995 anymore, you know? So in Joe Biden's economy, shit. Um, what about the north end of the stadium? I feel like people are always saying that the south end is kind of the boonies, but the north end, you can't even see the big screen. Like I'd
Yeah.
rather be on the south side than the north side any day. I'm not really a big fan of the north side.
If you look at tickets on like any resale, the value of the north end zones are a lot cheaper just because of that fact where you're not looking at the scoreboard the whole time. Is Eddie on mute or am I fucked up?
Eddie's definitely on mute. Definitely on mute.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
There he is. There he is.
Hello?
There he
Are we
is.
back?
We
I think
got
so.
you.
All right. Well, that's it for the stadium renovations. Whoever's stopping the alcohol sales, stop being a fucking pussy, you know? Stop being a fucking pussy, man up and give me some Bush Light in that bitch. I
Or
mean, seriously.
Yep.
What is
Or
that?
some Cornhead Lager. You don't know what you're not interested or familiar with Cornhead Lager?
I'm not. I've been away.
It's a beer made by the what's it called?
1890.
Yeah.
Is that what they should be selling at the stadium?
Yes.
Yeah, because they get NIL money off of that, which pays the
Yeah.
players.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's the only beer they should sell at the stadium then.
Yes.
I mean, I think that there's got to be a way too to figure out like 1890 almost runs the concessions, So you buy a Busch Light and you're giving money to a player too. $4, $5, $6 Busch Lights, $2 of those dollars.
Just
Dude,
kegs of that.
No, dude, fucking beers are like $15 at other stadiums.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be. I feel like Nebraska
sell it
though.
cheap.
We'll keep it. We'll keep it under 10.
Yeah.
We'll keep it under 10, hopefully.
And sell it to for the player.
What is it at Iowa
To
game,
the players.
Aaron? Because you love
Dude,
going to Iowa games.
It's like $15 a beer because I get a fucking charge. It's like $400 every time I leave that place.
Jesus, dude.
Okay, 400 was hyperbolic, but like it's not uncommon for me to go over $100 there.
Is it because you're wearing Nebraska gear? Do you think that they're upcharging you a little bit?
No, like I'll even just wear like my football guy shirt and just get fucking hammered there. And because like, when I go, if like my dad has 4 season tickets. So like I'm usually there with a few other buddies. So I'm like, well, I'll just go grab some for all of us. But I think you can only buy 2 at a time. So I think if it's $15 a piece, that's like 30 right there. So if I'm with like Mackenzie and get her too, that's $60 right there.
You're about to be right next to their home stadium. You should go to every game.
No. No. Although I will say my pocketbook is sad because this Colorado ticket is expensive.
Did you buy it already?
No, I haven't, but it's on my to-do list.
Dude,
I haven't bought mine either. I don't know if I'm going because
I have to go, dude. I have to fucking go.
Yeah, we need at
so
least one representative of Husker Radio there. Like that just has to happen. One of us needs to be there.
And if somehow you just gotta splash your beer around everybody.
It just makes me not like it's gonna fucking suck because our first 4 games are home games, and UTEP I want to go to because it's the first game. Colorado's the second game, got to go to that night game, and then the third game's UNI, my alma mater. So I'm like, I got to go to that too. But now since the ticket price is so goddamn high for Colorado, I don't know, man. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
They're really
going to go fund me at that point.
Yeah. Go fund me for the Colorado, dude. Honestly,
Nebraska season tickets.
Not a bad idea.
They already buy tickets and give them away to the fucking kids. Dude, let me fucking hop on one of those programs.
Yeah, for real. Well, you might have to just kind of maybe go like to the Make-A-Wish and just start.
I'll just bring Eli in a helmet. My kid really loves Husker football.
No, Eli, wear your sports goggles, and Aaron, you can just put like a little monkey leash on him. You know those things that
the
parents have with
the leash,
protective helmet too.
Yeah,
my dad said he can't afford the ticket.
Yeah,
no,
we'll make that work. What else do we? Oh, we were talking about Iowa and we're talking about Colorado. I was kind of thinking this week, boys, as of right now, who is Nebraska's biggest rival?
It's a great question.
One score ball game.
Huh?
A one score ball game.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying a one score ball game. 7 points is our biggest rival.
Oh, you're saying that
ourselves.
That's more of our biggest challenge. Our biggest challenge is a 1-score ball game. But who do we fucking hate the most right now? I mean, it's got to be between Iowa and Colorado are the two. But Colorado's definitely been like, they're just on my fucking, they're not rent free in my head.
I'm the same way. I know exactly where you're going with this, and I'm the same way. I think like if I look over the last 10 years, it's Iowa without a doubt. But the last 2 years with the Colorado Deons, it's got to be them. They're the one that pissed me off the most. They're the ones that I want to see us kick their ass the most.
Yeah.
But in the last 50 years, you got to be like a little bit of Oklahoma,
Texas.
Yeah.
Like I'd say when I see somebody wearing a Colorado shirt, I go, wow, this person's a fucking stupid piece of shit. Like that's all that I think.
Hate Colorado.
I see somebody with a Colorado hat on, I go, this person has no respect for themselves. I see somebody with an Iowa gear on, and I go, oh, this person's kind of a cute little idiot, you know? Like they're
smart.
They're little bro. But Colorado's
just rich kids, dude.
Yeah, and Colorado just makes me want to like fight almost. But Iowa, I go, oh, they're little bro. Even though that they do have our number in the past 10 years, Like, I just know that we're the better football team than them. And yeah, it's a rivalry, but I just don't have as much hate as my heart right now as much as I do with any other team than Colorado.
Colorado's daddy's money.
Yeah. It's just that, and it's also, dude, like, it's an older rivalry than Iowa too. Like, although Iowa is our newest rival and probably the most, like, we play them every year now. It's not Oklahoma or Texas anymore. I just think, yeah, Colorado just pisses me off.
The issue with the Iowa game is we haven't really played them for anything. Like, we're except for that. No, we haven't even played them for anything. So
We got
that's
the Hy-Vee Heroes Trophy or
but
whatever.
we haven't like played them when we're both like top 10 going to the Big Ten championship, I guess is my thought. Or like,
right,
you know what I'm saying?
like this game clinches a spot for the Big Ten West or something like that.
Or hopefully in the next coming years, it's like whoever wins this game has a good shot to
like,
get in the last spot in the playoffs. That's 12 teams now.
that
could spice up the rival.
I don't think that it will ever come close to Ohio State versus Michigan.
Iowa's not good enough for that.
No, and that's a rivalry. That's this rivalry. That's the greatest rivalry in sports is Ohio State versus Michigan. But Texas also, I feel like maybe the same thing would happen. Like, if we were playing Texas these past 2 years, we would hate Texas just as much as we hate Colorado right now.
But would you say that about Oklahoma? We played them for 2 years in a row, and I feel like I didn't have that hate like I do with Colorado.
That's a healthy rivalry. Like, everything's played on the field, and everything after it is like you shake.
I feel like
hand.
we say that though because we're so young.
Like, respectful. I'd say Oklahoma's.
We say that because we're so young.
Yeah, Aaron. Like I don't know how my dad feels about Oklahoma. Like, he's watched it since he was a kid, and like Oklahoma might be the biggest team that he hates because, dude, those guys played every year, and it was like back and forth, back and forth.
Shit. Yeah.
But historically, it's always been respectful on the fan side.
Has it been historically respectful on the fan side?
Yeah, Nebraska and Oklahoma, they never really fans don't get after each other. After our experience at the Colorado game, I don't think they do that at Oklahoma and Nebraska games. Like,
as of right now in this decade,
I don't know.
In the 2010s, I don't feel like it was as competitive because Oklahoma beat us every time. But like when it was in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, where it was, like you said, 1 versus 2, pretty much every fucking year, whoever did that went to the national championship game or won the conference title. It could have been a little bit more chippy back then.
Could have been. Yeah, you're right. Could have been.
I don't know.
I just feel like it was.
There always has been a lot of hate though with Nebraska and Colorado because they
were
were Iowa for us before Iowa was Iowa.
We're state neighbors.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I think that you do have a little bit of, yeah, you're right, Jaden, where it's like when you go to Norman or whatever, they are a classier fan base than Boulder is.
Yeah,
and I remember like hearing stories of Nebraska going to Colorado and them getting thrown like fucking like beer bottles and shit at them in the middle of a game, or like rotten fruit and stuff like that in the middle of a game. It's like, dude, you guys are worthless pieces of shit, you know?
Oklahoma, Nebraska's always been about good football, just on the field, play, and whoever wins.
I love that Jade's just talking out of his ass right now.
Yeah, hey, I'm as useful as a cloud. Might as well make it. You
know. Okay, whatever the fuck that means.
So
it rains board.
So we got Iowa and we got Colorado, probably our top 2 biggest rivals. With the new Big Ten, what maybe teams do you see us maybe becoming rivals with?
I think when I picture our rivals in the Big Ten, I think Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Northwestern.
Ooh. I do not see Minnesota or Northwestern as our rivals. I think Iowa, Wisconsin, I agree with that. But
I think Northwestern has
Northwestern, bro. You're gonna put us down to fucking Northwestern right now,
bro. Tyler Sidwell sold this to me one year because I was like, "Fuck Northwestern. We fuck those pussy ass whatever." But if you look at our record against them, they actually are the team that we go most back and forth with, and I think that they beat. We have only beat them a couple times.
They
to bring
beat us
them.
in Ireland. Like, what the fuck? Did we let? How did we
That's
let them
Scott
beat
Frost's
us in
problem,
Ireland?
not my problem. Fuck Scott Frost.
Doesn't count international soil. Doesn't count.
Yeah. Well,
But they lost every other game that season, so
But-
they have to be our that's some bullshit. though.
where we're going, dog, Northwestern is on the fucking back burner, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking saying. Don't fucking tell me that Northwestern is our rival. If we're saying every year that we need to fucking compete against Northwestern, then I don't want to be a fucking Nebraska football fan, dude.
Well-
That's the past, and the past is the past. And this is Matt Rule's Nebraska football team. And if we want to fucking say that we're rivals with Northwestern, then you could go fucking pound sand.
Hey, it was just
Fuck that
part
shit.
of the years of building
You,
up the Big Ten.
all I said was since we've been in the Big Ten, that's the team that I feel like we fucking go most back and forth with, talks a lot of shit on.
Yeah. It's all about
Because
building up the Big
I
Ten.
look at the rest of the list, I'm like Indiana, no, Purdue, no, fucking Maryland, no, Illinois, no, Michigan State, maybe Michigan State, kind of. But other than that, like it's really just Iowa, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Northwestern. In that order in my head.
I would like to see. I think that two classic programs that could be is us and USC. I think
Yes,
that could
USC.
become a great rivalry.
Yes.
Why
Especially with our
because-
two head coaches.
Huh?
Our two head coaches, Lincoln Riley and Matt Rule, are going to be builders of the future, proven
Yeah.
builders of programs. I
And
would like
two
to see
programs-
Michigan be a little more competitive as well. That'd be a fun program to go head and head with.
Them, Oregon too. I think
I think-
Nebraska and
I think our issue that we're having right now is like our rivals are not the top tier programs in the Big Ten, unfortunately.
that's
Yes,
what I'm
and
saying with
That's going to
Northwestern.
change. It's going to
Like
change.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that about Northwestern because fuck that shit, dude.
Yeah.
But
And Iowa. Fuck Iowa. They're dog
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, we really should be.
Fuck Iowa, of course.
Yes.
there should be a point in time where we're gonna be like, oh, we play Iowa this year. Ha 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 ha. Black Friday game.
Third
Nice little bye week to roll into the fucking playoffs, you know? That's what I was
It is
gonna be
always a great game because it's the last conference game of the year, and it's such a fun time to be like, oh yeah, like it's coming to a close because January's coming around. But Iowa, it's just such a it's not as bitter as Colorado has been.
I
I think
don't know,
instead
bro.
of the wave.
But
Instead
it
of
is
the
I
fun.
wave.
fucking hate
It's
Iowa.
fun to trash on them for sure.
You go to
So-
Iowa against Nebraska, Iowa, and you were in Nebraska shit, and they're pretty fucking brutal, dude. They're not as bad as Colorado, but they try to kick me out of the game for being a respectful citizen.
That's
From
bullshit.
now on, we go to the Iowa game at Iowa. Instead of the wave, we moon the hospital.
That's fucked up. That's
You're gonna
fucked up,
show,
Eli.
you're gonna show terminally
I-
ill kids your ass, Eli.
I draw the
Fuck
line
everybody
at
that lives in
sexual
Iowa.
predator.
I don't care if you're terminally ill or if you're perfectly fine. Fuck everybody that lives in Iowa. Go
No.
Big Red till I die.
That is not a Husker Hype Radio endorsed
Yeah.
comment from Eli.
Yeah, Eli, that's not Nebraska nice, dude.
I'm not Nebraska nice. I'm
I'll
not.
just-
Damn.
I'll moon there with Consolidarity.
You're gonna fucking moon kids in the
Kids.
hospital,
Solidarity,
dude.
all moon.
Do they live in Iowa?
They could be from Nebraska.
It
It's
could
like
be Iowa State
it's the
fans.
best children's hospital in the country, dude. That's
I
why
don't know.
they go
We
there.
have a pretty good one too.
Yeah. Nope. Only stickers I see on their faces is Iowa. Go Hawks. Nope. Look at my butt.
All right, I'm tired of talking about this. Rivals, yeah, that's what I would say. I mean,
No, I'm saying out of the new Big Ten teams, though, I think that USC and Nebraska would be a great rivalry if
Agreed.
we played them
Love it.
annually every year. Two storied programs, dude, who kind of have been on the down, now both rising with Lincoln Riley and Matt Rule, and that can be a great fucking rivalry, dude. I really think that it can be, and it would be a fun one.
Did you guys see that? What's his face? Mike Riley is on the college football playoff committee.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. If you would have listened to Husker Hype Radio, you would have known that weeks
Yeah.
ago, Jaden.
Yeah, I've told Jaden this today. I was like,
Yeah.
he said I've been
Crazy.
in New Zealand, so I really couldn't keep up on
No, I didn't
on
say that
Husker
shit.
football
Fucking-
stuff.
He's talking bullshit.
I couldn't keep up on any Husker football stuff. I go, oh, well, maybe if you watch Husker Hype Radio, we've been talking about every single
I've been
thing.
listening in here and there, but everything's offbeat.
All
but
key to you, Jaden.
Ed's pulling some strings that I had not said.
No, you did say that.
I didn't say it exactly the way you said it, but
I think
I
I would
have
like to
not
see
listened to
us.
every
I
Husker
think
Hype Radio.
UCLA is a sexier rivalry to me for some reason compared to USC. I think it's the colors. It's the color scheme that makes it
Our-
more.
I don't know, dude. Nebraska.
Does she drive a Maserati?
Yeah, now that I see it, I agree with you. Or I don't necessarily agree with you, but
You can
I
see
don't
where
know,
I'm
dude. I
coming
just think
from.
like USC is a lot more like, like that's USC is, and UCLA is kind of UCLA, like
Drive a
UCLA,
Maserati.
Hollywood.
Oregon would be my first option for rival in the new Big
Yeah,
Ten.
Oregon, that could be like a new age rivalry. Like, but
Oregon?
Nebraska and SC almost seems like it has been a rivalry.
I think Washington's a good idea also to think about because we have their AD. So
Fuck Washington.
Washington,
Down the
they're
they were in the college football playoff last year, so could be fun.
Fuck
Yeah.
Washington, Jaden.
Could be a rivalry. That's what I'm saying. You're only just agreeing with my point. So
I think
Oh.
what it comes down to is just how often you play people and the outcome. Like, what are you playing for? That dictates what a rivalry is. And the Iowa Nebraska one has just kind of been too manufactured, forced.
good point.
Yeah, but I mean, as a Nebraskan, you've always hated Iowa. Like
Regardless of sport.
you call them the idiots out wandering around.
Yeah.
You know, like you go into Iowa, you go, oh,
What's that license
who's
plate?
driving like a dumbass? Oh, of course it's a fucking Iowan. You know, like
Yeah.
like that's kind of what you think about Iowa, that they're all fucking idiots over there. You go into Council Tucky and you go, there's a lot of inbreds around here.
A lot of meth around
Shit.
here.
They say the same shit about
Yeah.
us. I bet though. You know?
Yeah,
So
but
we
they're
got 8
wrong.
minutes
But they're
left.
wrong.
I see a thing for Tony White here, Ed. I assume that came from you.
Yeah, well,
Came from me.
Jaden wanted to talk about Tony White. This is the Husker
Mailbag of the week. Yeah.
question of the week. Yes,
I-
from the fan, Jaden Sidwell.
My question was, since he's been like on the everybody's like, obviously interested in Tony White being their head coach potentially. I was wondering if we have a successful season, and even if we don't have a successful season, based off his like record, could you see him potentially moving on and being a head coach at another place? Because I think that a lot of people would be interested in having him as their head coach.
Just because you didn't listen to the podcast a couple weeks ago, I guess we will reiterate what we've said about this before, but I'll let Eli already start with this.
Well, this is kind of a good thing to bring up though, because it's something that like Matt Rule has talked about in press conferences. You know, Tony White, he wants him to be a head coach at a good program. He doesn't want him to go to just anywhere. He probably didn't want him to go to San Diego State. That's not he wants him to be like a fucking head coach for UCLA, a Power 5 school. But how cool would it be if we kept Tony White around like Charlie McBride, our old defensive coordinator, who fucking was under Coach Osborne for his almost damn near his whole tenure, and they made something special. You know, like we just paid Tony White a fucking low Power 5 school head coach salary
Sorry.
and say, hey, dude, you fucking build these black shirts up and keep them going, and we start something special here at the University of Nebraska, then you're basically like put him as an associate head coach role. Like Matt Rule is the head coach of Nebraska football, but make Tony White like defensive coordinator, associate head coach.
I think
it sounds good. Go ahead, Aaron.
I think that if the opportunity is right, Tony White's out the door, man. Like that's just what it boils down to, because you always want to go upgrade to the next thing. And the fact of the matter is, guys, is we're going to be such a kick-ass defense that everyone's going to want him and they're going to throw money at him. So
Yeah.
I think that's just the reality.
Yeah, that's it too. But does it happen next year? Like, could we possibly see another year with Tony White?
I would love
Like,
that.
Where does he want to end up going is really the question. Like, is he going to take a Syracuse job or like a fucking, what's another like Boston College or something like that? Or is he waiting for UCLA, his alma mater, or fucking, Maryland? Or
I don't think he'd stay in the Big Ten.
his alma mater is UCLA though.
I know, but
UCLA just hired a new coach. I think to your point, Eddie, he would be at like, it just really depends on the opportunity, the coaching cycle as well. Like how many job opportunities are open, how many guys are out there to take them. I see him at like a low to mid Big Ten school, or like a low to mid Like SEC would be tough for me to see, like a low SEC team probably. Just really depends. Or he could, I hate to say this, but I could see him being a coordinator. Let me ask this question before I say an answer. Could you see him be a defensive coordinator for a different school? And
No,
the
no,
Alabamas of the world?
No,
no.
no.
No, definitely. No.
I don't think so. I think his next step is definitely
You have
head
to be
coach.
Yeah.
Like he's not gonna, because dude, he's building he's gonna build like a top 5 defense in the country in Nebraska next year. What are you gonna do going to another school to build their defense? Like,
What money are you gonna get paid?
right? How
Well,
much more?
if you go to the SEC and you have like the best defense, it's going to be easier for you to get a head coaching job at a higher caliber position. But if Nebraska has got the best defense in the country, it doesn't matter anyway.
Right, bro. Tony White, national championship winning defensive coordinator. What's the thing with you going to the SEC for? That
The only
makes
thing
no
I
sense.
can see is the Trev
I
Albert.
only brought that up just saying like maybe we don't win the national championship this year. Maybe.
Yeah, but Aaron,
I was
you're
just
talking out of your.
Hey,
Aaron, you're being delusional right now.
I'm
You're
saying
being
that for all the
delusional,
I'm
bro.
saying that to all the haters out there. They're like, "Oh, Eddie, what do you think about this?" I just want you to answer their question. You know, I want you.
Right.
I want to be the voice for the idiots.
Right. No, I really don't think his next step in his coaching ladder is a head coaching job if he takes one, dude. Like let's give that guy fucking dough and have him have his name at like let's get a Matt Rule, Tony White, Dylan Raiola statue out in the front, dude. Let's do a fucking Matt Rule, Tony White, Dylan Raiola statue. You know? Like let's get one of those.
I mean, I hate to say it, but like Iowa's had their defense coordinator forever, and they're like the best fucking defense consistently
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
If we could do that, I would be ecstatic. But that's not going to happen because if they're already talking about it after last year, it's going to happen.
I
Yeah.
agree. Rob
Like, I
Dvorak is
could-
the next defense coordinator.
Who?
Rob
Dvorak?
Dvorak.
But I honestly could see one more year, Tony. After this season, I could see one more Tony White year.
Yeah.
It just like you said, Aaron. It depends about the coaching carousel and if there's the right job, if the right job opens up. Like UCLA, their head coach was their running back coach last year. It's like he might just totally suck ass. I don't know why they fucking.
Is there a
picked him.
cap you can pay assistant coaches?
I don't think so. No.
Because at that point,
No.
you fucking throw the bag at him if you're Nebraska.
Yeah. Throw him
If
back.
you can afford, if you can afford it.
Give him an associate head coach title and fucking call it good, dude. He fucking builds his legacy at Nebraska, being the guy who brought back the black shirts.
And then Matt Rule retires, and then Tony White's our head coach.
Boom, boom. We solved it. Folks, was that episode 54 of the Husker Hype Radio podcast?
We got 2 minutes left. Does anybody have a hype of the week? I want to hear a hype of the week from Jaden Sidwell. I know he's got a good one.
Out of anything, not
Yeah.
just Husker.
Hype of the
Nope.
week.
Hype of the week. Coming back to America, dude. I love it.
No.
The
Hype.
boy is back in town.
Happy
What's
to
the
be home.
What's the first thing you did? I drank Busch Light. That's the first thing you did when you got back down?
Sadly, not sadly, but Coors Light.
He took
Nah.
a damn freedom funnel.
I took
boy.
a freedom funnel.
He took a shot a beer bong out of an eagle's asshole.
Hey,
I mean,
honestly,
there's not much more American than that.
I got something to say. No more Coors Lights. Brewed in Colorado. Fuck Coors
Yeah, I
Light.
know. That's why I said sadly. I was like, I
Fuck
don't know.
Coors
if I
Light. I'm dying on that hill now.
Aaron,
Every
My
time
hype,
I've taken it, I'm like, does they see the label?
Aaron, you know how hard it is though to get Busch Light down here.
yeah, I know, and Coors Light's everywhere over there. But I don't talk about it. Just pour it in a different cup or something. I don't really have a hype of the week. So I'll pass it to Eli.
One week closer to game one. That's the hype of the week. One week
Thanks.
closer.
Hype of the week for me. I got the week off. We got fucking Jay Sid in town visiting. We're gonna have a fucking ball. And then on Friday, your boy's going to fucking Lake Havabrew, fucking Havasu Memorial Day weekend. Hits, Trump, and beer, baby.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
fucking go, dude. It doesn't get much better than that, folks. That was episode 54 of the Husker Hype Radio podcast. As always, bleed red, shit corn, go big red.
Go Big Red, baby.